Welcome to Stillworks and Brewing. My name's Randy. This is a channel that's all about home distillation and brewing. Today what we're going to do is, if you remember, we made an apple mash a few weeks ago. Today is the day to distill it. And what we're going to do is we're going to put some cinnamon sticks in the vapor trail to bring some of the flavors of the cinnamon over into our distillate in making our apple whiskey. So, if you're interested in this hobby, please help this channel out. And there's 5 things that you can do to really help us out. Number 1, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. Number 2, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Number 3, share us with your friends and get the word out. Number 4, if you like what you see, hit that thumbs up button. That really helps. And number 5, please leave a comment below. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. So let's get started. So as always, we got to check our final gravity. And it is what we expected, 1.000. And so that's perfect. So we're going to fill our still pot up now, our boiler. And then we'll go on from there. Okay. So we got our still pot filled up with 6 gallons of our apple mash. And the next thing we did was we checked for our ABV. And the way we did that is we took the starting gravity, or the original gravity, minus the final gravity times 1.3125. And that gave us about a 12% ABV in the brew pot here, or the still pot. Okay, so I got a quart of faints that I was going to add to that. So if we add that to our anticipated, what we're thinking we're going to get out of this, which is about 2 3/4 quarts. So with adding this, I think we're going to get somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 quarts of distillate. All right, so we'll add that. Because if you really think about it, that's faints. It's only about 50% alcohol, 50% water in that quart, so that will be pretty safe with that. Alright, so next thing we need to do is we're going to set up the still. Alright, so we'll start putting it together. Alright, the next thing we'll do is put our column in, but remember we're going to put 2 rolls of copper. They're about 18 inches long in the column. And also remember not too tight. Then the next thing would be our sight glass, which I also use it as my gin basket. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to add about 2.5 ounces of cinnamon sticks. We'll just break them in half. One thing that you always want to make sure of, if you do put something in the vapor trail, make sure that it can't clog it up, which cinnamon sticks will not, because they're very coarse. Okay, so we got that. Add our condenser. And the last piece would be our head temperature. Oops. Fingers don't want to work. Okay, what we'll do is we'll make our water connections for our condenser. Then we'll start heating up the still pot. I'm heating up the still, and my temperature started to climb a little bit. It started producing just a very couple of drops. That's a good sign. Cut your heat back, because it will climb very, very rapidly. Okay, and if it goes too fast, you end up getting your still to puke, and that's not a fun thing to do. So, like I said, my temperature, it hung out at 90 degrees. It seems like for a long time, but once she starts to climb, she's going to climb right up pretty quick. So, what you do, like I said, you cut your heat back, let it kind of stabilize, let the column balance out, and then we'll. Alright, so what I ended up doing, if I'm watching my cycle as she's starting to want to puke, so I just shut my heat off. And what I'll end up doing is, once it calms down a little bit, then I'll turn the heat back on very slow, then start bringing her back up and let her calm down, and then we'll be able to collect. So it's just, like I said, it's a point that you really have to watch what's going on. Don't walk away, because it'll get you in trouble. Okay, I turned my heat back on. I got her right up about 169, 170, and she calmed down. We're starting to produce in the right manner. Yeah, it's a drip, 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 and sometimes a good spurt. We're going to collect off the first 6 ounces because this was a fruit-based mash. And you can see in the sight glass that we have a little bit of reflux action going on. It's working through the cinnamon. So once we collect off the first 6 ounces, then we'll move over to collection jars, small ones, and we'll go from there. So we'll do that. Just for an update of what's going on, we're on about our 3/4 of a quart. She's running pretty smooth. If you look in the gin basket, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but you can see there's some little bit of reflux action going on. You can see the distillate running up and down. And then on our head temperature, we're staying right at 180, and she's just kind of hanging out there. 180 is hanging out. Okay, to let you know what's going on is we've collected 3 quarts of distillate so far, and we've had to raise the heat up on our boiler just a little bit. So we're right at about 190. I anticipate that we're going to be getting into our tail shortly, and we'll just keep collecting. We'll save those as feints or tails, whatever we're going to call them, and use them for the next batch. Okay. Okay, we collected about 3.5 quarts of distillate. I think that's a pretty good run on this. So our next step will be, I like to let them sit for a couple days, and then the next step will be is to taste every jar, make our cuts, and then we'll proof it down to the proof we want, which I'm thinking right around 90 proof. So we'll proof it down, we'll put it on some oak, and let her age. And then hopefully soon we'll have a taste testing between the apple and the pumpkin whiskeys. I'm looking forward to that. So with that, thank you for watching. Enjoy the adventure. See you next time.